So it is February 1st, and we all know what that means. Wrap-up time, and also TBR time. I only read 3 books this month. This month was a very busy month for me, and I just really didn't have time to read, and then when I would sit down to read, it would only be like 30 minutes, and you can't get a lot of reading done in 30 minutes. So hopefully this month will be a lot better. Hopefully I'll be able to read a lot more. But I have to say, considering I only read 3 books, I did have a pretty good reading month because it's all in the quality, not the quantity, you know? All right, so the first book I read, so the first book of the year was Love Redesigned by Lauren Asher. I rated this a 4.75 stars. I loved it. I ate this up, which Lauren Asher is one of my favorite authors, so I had a feeling I was gonna really like this. The things that this man does for her, it's literally the smallest things. The smallest things. I can't. I can't. This man had me swooning because of just the littlest things that he would do for her. So the book tropes are childhood friends / rivalries to lovers, dislike but has underlining feelings to lovers, second chance. There is one specific scene in this book that they have to share a bed. So there's the one bed, forced proximity, and of course, small town. Julian and Delilah's, I think that's how you spell or pronounce her name. At least that's how I pronounced it. I don't know if that's right, but Julian and Delilah's moms are so cute and funny. Their dynamic is hilarious. So they're best friends. And they've been trying to get Julian and Delilah to go out for such a long time. And so their scheming behind the scenes is really funny. I love the setting and the premise. The second book I read was none other than Fourth Wing by Rebecca Yarros. I rated this 5 stars. Words cannot express the level of love I have for these characters. This book made me cry, it made me laugh, made me smile, made me giddy. I just absolutely loved everything about this book. Everything about this book. So the tropes we have: enemies to lovers. There's a kind of a love triangle, but not really, and I explained that a little bit in my reading vlog that I did of this book. Forced proximity, we love. Again, I made some of these points in my reading vlog, so I'm not going to repeat myself too much. But what I will say is I related to our main character in so many ways because I am a petite woman. I don't look my age. So sometimes that can be hard because not only do I look like a child, I am 4'8" and 21, so it's difficult. I have challenges that I face on a daily basis because of my size, and so I related to our main character in that way because Violet is a very petite young woman, and she has challenges that she has to face because of that, and I love that. I love that I could relate to a main character like that. The romance in this, that's all I'm going to say is chef's kiss. I love that Rebecca made the dragons have personalities. I love that. I love the way that the dragons can communicate with their writers. It's so fun. It is so fun. If you haven't read it, what are you doing? go read it, okay? Go read it, because it is so good. So good that I had to go buy the second book. So the last book I read this month was The Last Housewife. I actually listened to this via audiobook, and I rated it 3 stars. It's just not what I was expecting. I don't know what I was expecting, but sex cult was not what I was expecting. Wow. I mean, it was very thrilling. It was sad and disturbing. I had to take breaks from it because of how dark it was. And just, but I wanted to finish. I wanted to know how it ended. And the ending was shocking. I'm not even gonna lie. I didn't see that coming. So basically, our main character, Shay, finds out that her best friend died under suspicious circumstances that made her death look like a suicide. Our main character is determined to figure out what happened to her best friend, and that it leads her to destroy a sex cult and to avenge the deaths of several women that have been involved in this cult, no matter what the cost is. I would definitely check trigger warnings before going into this because it is extremely dark. I will list some of the trigger warnings. I don't know which side, probably this side, probably up here. I will list some of the trigger warnings that are in this book. There are probably more, but these are the only ones that really stood out to me. So if any of these trigger you, do not read it because it is all through it and it is described and it is talked about multiple times. Now that the wrap up is finished, now that I talked about the books that I read this month or in January, we're gonna play the TBR game. I have good news. The good news is I made an actual board instead of having to play it on my iPad. I thought it was a little weird that I did play it on my iPad. So I just went ahead and hand drew it and colored it. And so we are ready to play on an actual board. Let's get set up and let's play. So to start the game, we get to choose a book of my choice. So let's walk over to the bookshelf. So honestly, I don't really know what I'm going to choose. I know that it's going to be between Magnolia Parks and 1 to a Million, which is down there at the bottom. But again, I don't know. Oh, I forgot to put my books for my wrap up there. Honestly, I think I'm going to go 1 to a Million because I am so excited for this. I want to read it so bad. It takes place on the Titanic. I'm here for it. I'm ready for it. So this is the one I'm going to go with. Okay, let's roll the dice. 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Thriller City. All right. Mix it up really good. Okay, let's see. Survive the Night. So that's going to be by Riley Sager. So if you haven't watched my birthday book haul, you should go watch it. It's going to be up in the cards. I got this for my birthday. My aunt got this for me, and I love Riley Sager. I'm excited for this. Let's do it. I left the jar over there by my bookshelf, so let's roll. 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Fiction Street. Fiction Street, which is orange. So let's see. Ooh, did you hear about Kitty Carr? So it's a historical fiction. So did you hear about Kitty Carr by Crystal Smith Paul? I have had this on my shelf forever. See if I get to it this month. For some reason, I have been like pushing it back. I did start it, at one point. See, I only made it to chapter 2. Okay, so this is our next one. Okay, let's roll. 3. 1, 2, 3. Ooh, fantasy! So it's fantasy. We get to do green. Okay, let's see what it is. Powerless. Powerless by Lauren Roberts. I am excited for this. Yay. So we've got a pretty good TBR going. All right. 1. Well, I'm in jail, which means no more turns. Oh, I landed on jail. Which means if I have 4 or more books, I get no more turns. Well, I have exactly 4. So that's all that's going to be on our TBR this month. That is going to be, I feel like that's easy, right? Okay, well, let's quickly do a recap. So to start the game, we get to pick any book on the shelf, and I chose A Million to One by Adiba. I don't know how to pronounce her last name. I am so sorry. But this is about 4 women who are all thieves, and they're after this jewel that is on board the Titanic. I'm so excited for this. And it's in all 4 of their perspectives, so it's multiple POV, and we love that. We love that. And it's women. We landed on Thriller City, and I got Survive the Night by Rayleigh Sager. Honestly, I don't know much about this. I think it's about this woman who gets in a taxi or an Uber driver, and the Uber driver or the taxi driver is a murderer. I don't know. I really don't know anything about this book. What I just said could totally be wrong. Then I got Fiction Street and Did You Hear About Kitty Carr by Crystal Smith Paul. Like I said, this one has been on my TBR for so long, and I just haven't read it. I've started it. It's old Hollywood. It's about a famous actor or actress dies, and these wealthy Black women have to go through her estate, I guess. And I'm guessing we follow their perspectives, but a lot of like media and just things start to surface, secrets about Kitty Carr and everything. So, and last but certainly not least, we landed on Fantasy Lane and got Powerless by Lauren Roberts. I don't know anything about this, and I want to keep it that way. Well, that is all the books this month. Sorry it wasn't a lot, but you know, we gotta listen to the rules of the game. That is our February TBR, and boy am I excited. So if you liked today's video, make sure you like, comment, and subscribe. It helps me out so much, and thank you for watching today's video, and I will see you in the next one. Bye!